Let's be straightforward. Dealing with people who don't respect you is one of the most challenging, frustrating, and hurtful situations anyone can face. It could be a colleague who constantly undermines your contributions, a friend who feels entitled to ignore your feelings, or even a family member who repeatedly hurts you. These situations can make you question your worth and erode your confidence. If you've ever experienced this, you know exactly how bad it can feel. So how do you handle this situation with strength while maintaining your inner peace? Don't worry, I'm here to help. In today's video, I'll share 9 clear and straightforward strategies rooted in Stoic philosophy and real-life experience to help you handle people who don't respect you. These aren't just feel-good tips for temporary comfort. Instead, we'll discuss practical, actionable steps that allow you to regain control and protect your value. Imagine a situation you've been in before, where you felt small and unheard. Now think about facing that same situation with unwavering confidence, equipped with tools that enable you to demand the respect you deserve. In this video, you'll learn how to stand your ground without letting emotions take over, all while building the self-confidence to no longer be affected by others' disrespect. Before we dive into the content, I want to offer a sincere thank you for the amazing support you've given me. Your positive comments and support are a huge source of motivation for me in creating these videos. If this is your first time visiting the channel, don't forget to hit the like button and turn on notifications so you never miss any valuable content. Your support not only helps me, but also helps others discover these lessons. Now, let's begin our journey of exploring life through the lens of Stoicism. Are you ready? Limit your contact with disrespectful people. One of the most effective ways to deal with people who disrespect you is to limit your contact with them. While you may not be able to completely avoid certain individuals, whether they are colleagues, family members, or longtime friends, you have the right to decide how much influence they have over your life. We've all heard the saying, avoid the elephant in the room, and sometimes limiting contact with those who lack respect is the smartest way to protect yourself. Imagine you're a basketball player. Instead of facing off against a particularly dirty opponent, you simply switch teams and continue playing with calm and composure. You don't need to stay in that game, and there's no need to engage in unnecessary arguments. In the past, I used to think I had to endure disrespect because there was no way to avoid interacting with certain people. However, I realized that's not entirely true. You can reduce the impact of these negative individuals. For example, if it's someone at work, keep conversations limited to what's necessary and work-related. If it's a family member or friend, avoid unnecessary conversations or activities with them. You have every right to protect your personal space. Staying away from negative energy will prevent you from feeling drained both mentally and emotionally. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to deal with someone who disrespected you? Share your story in the comments below. Sometimes just sharing can make us feel so much better. What's important here is that you don't need to create a tense situation or openly declare your decision to distance yourself. Quietly and selectively remove yourself from their presence whenever possible. The less time you spend with people who disrespect you, the fewer opportunities they'll have to affect your mood, energy, and self-confidence. Remember, respecting yourself enough to prioritize your mental and emotional well-being is a necessary decision. Don't get caught in a power struggle. One uncomfortable truth we need to accept is that people who disrespect you often build their power on an imbalance of control. They want to see you lose your composure, get caught up in negative emotions, and unknowingly engage in a pointless power struggle. But when you react defensively, angrily, or with frustration, you're playing right into their hands. Every time you let yourself get drawn into their game, you're handing over control of your emotions to them. Instead of falling into this trap, maintain your calm and composed demeanor. This doesn't mean you're ignoring or accepting the disrespect. Rather, you're refusing to let their behavior disturb your inner peace. When you don't react in the way they expect, you take away their control. This sends a powerful message. Their attempts to belittle or provoke you will have no effect. As the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the essence of self-control, managing your reactions rather than letting others dictate your feelings. If someone tries to pull you into an argument, how will you respond? Challenge yourself to stay calm in tense situations and share your experiences with us. When confronted with disrespect, rather than arguing or trying to win, respond with calmness and clarity. If necessary, remove yourself from the situation. This not only protects your self-worth, but also removes the power that others are trying to exert over you. Set clear boundaries. When dealing with people who disrespect you, one of the most crucial steps is to set clear and firm boundaries. This isn't about staying silent or passively waiting for change. It's about openly communicating which behaviors you accept and which are unacceptable. Others will treat you in the way you allow them to. If you let disrespect slide without responding, it will become a habit. I learned this lesson through personal experience. In the past, I often stayed quiet when others overstepped, thinking that if I remained kind, they would change their behavior. But the reality was the opposite. Only when I started to establish clear boundaries and clearly stated what I would not tolerate did respect begin to follow. Whether it's a boss demanding too much or a friend who constantly belittles you, you must define your limits and let them know. Respect doesn't come from silence. It comes from standing up for yourself. It's important to remain calm but assertive when setting a boundary. Communicate clearly and politely. For example, if someone keeps interrupting you, you could say, "I value our conversation and would appreciate it if you let me finish speaking." While it may feel uncomfortable at first, this firmness will earn you long-term respect. By enforcing boundaries, you not only build respect, but also create a healthier environment for yourself. Self-esteem also creates healthier relationships. Have you ever tried setting boundaries in your relationships? Share your experiences and how you implemented them in the comments. I look forward to hearing your stories. Surround yourself with supportive people. Facing disrespect can be exhausting, especially when it feels like you're going through it alone. The burden of constantly defending your value can leave you feeling isolated and emotionally drained. That's why surrounding yourself with people who encourage, uplift, and respect you is essential to maintaining your mental and emotional well-being. Imagine you're a superhero, and your team consists of powerful allies always backing you up. Whenever you encounter disrespect, you know you're not fighting alone. Your loved ones help you stay strong and keep moving forward. They are your emotional revitalizing potion. A strong support system not only acts as a shield against the negativity you may face, but also serves as a reminder that you are valuable and loved. Do you have someone in your life who always supports you? It could be a close friend, family member, or even a mentor. Tell me about them and how they've helped you through tough times. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of having a circle of friends and family who genuinely care about your mental well-being. Whenever I face disrespect, they're always there to listen, offer support, and remind me that I deserve better. These are the people who stood by me when I was too emotionally drained to stand up for myself. Knowing that I had people who always had my back gave me the courage to walk away from disrespectful situations without feeling guilty. They helped me realize that my worth isn't dependent on how others treat me, but on how I treat myself. Moreover, surrounding yourself with supportive people also helps you build confidence, making it easier to deal with disrespect in the future. These individuals reinforce the idea that you deserve to be treated with kindness, respect, and dignity, which helps you stay grounded when someone tries to undermine you. They provide a space for you to vent, process, and recover from negative experiences, which is crucial when you've been disrespected. Their positive influence can help you shift from pain to lessons learned, reminding you that you are not defined by someone else's disrespect. Building a support network may mean distancing yourself from toxic relationships, but it's worth it. As the saying goes, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. When you surround yourself with people who lift you instead of dragging you down, recognizing and rejecting disrespect becomes much easier. We've now reached the halfway point in our journey today, and I want to thank you for being here. Your presence shows that you're ready to live more mindfully and build a happier, more fulfilling life. Please hit the subscribe button and share this video to spread these lessons to your loved ones if you find it valuable. This would be a huge motivation for me. Now, let's continue our journey together. Don't take it personally. When people disrespect you, it can feel incredibly personal, as if it's a reflection of your worth. But here's a harsh truth. Their disrespect says far more about them than it does about you. Disrespect is often a projection of their insecurities, frustrations, or bitterness, and they're trying to put that burden on you. You don't have to carry it. It's like when someone gets mad and blames the weather. You have no control over it, so don't let it affect your mood. When someone disrespects you, how do you stay calm and avoid taking it personally? Share your tips with us. Once you stop taking their behavior personally, you'll feel a huge weight lifted off your shoulders. I've been there, overanalyzing every word or action, thinking I must have done something wrong to deserve that treatment. But the moment I stopped dissecting their actions, I realized the problem wasn't with me. It was with them. They were reacting to their issues, not anything I had done. This shift in perspective can be incredibly freeing. Instead of feeling hurt or angry, you can approach the situation with a sense of detachment. Remind yourself that their behavior is a reflection of themselves, not of you. You have the power to decide how much their disrespect will affect you. By not taking it to heart, you reclaim control over your emotions and your reactions. Establish clear boundaries. If someone repeatedly disrespects you, it's crucial to establish clear boundaries. Disrespect often occurs because people either don't know where your limits are, or worse, they assume you won't stand up for yourself. Setting boundaries isn't about confrontation. It's about respecting yourself enough to communicate what's acceptable and what isn't. I used to struggle with this, thinking that setting boundaries might come off as rude or aggressive. But the truth is, boundaries are a form of self-respect, and they teach others how to treat you. When you don't set boundaries, people will take advantage of your silence or hesitation. A simple but firm statement like, "I don't appreciate the way you're speaking to me," or "Please don't interrupt me while I'm talking," can go a long way in letting someone know where you stand. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but once you establish those boundaries, you'll find that disrespect becomes much harder for others to continue. People will either start respecting your limits or gradually fade away because they can't handle being held accountable. By setting clear boundaries, you create an environment where respect is the norm, not the exception. Respond with silence. One of the most powerful responses to disrespect is silence. Not every battle is worth fighting, and not every rude comment deserves a reply. Responding with silence often speaks louder than words. Disrespectful people usually expect a reaction. They want to provoke you, upset you, or draw you into a heated argument. Try the silence strategy the next time someone disrespects you and share how you feel in the comments. Did you find that your silence left them confused? By refusing to give them the satisfaction of a reaction, you take away their control. There is power in silence. It shows that you refuse to lower yourself to their level of petty arguments, allowing you to rise above the noise. I've learned that sometimes the best way to handle disrespect is to let it hang in the air. No defense is needed, and no explanation is required. Let the silence speak for you. Next time someone disrespects you, pause, take a deep breath, and let the silence fill the space. This not only gives you time to think, but also forces the other person to confront the weight of their words. Trust me, silence can leave them more puzzled and uneasy than any comeback you could ever deliver. Walk away when necessary. Sometimes the most powerful action you can take when someone disrespects you is to walk away. Unaddressed disrespect slowly erodes your self-esteem, and staying in a toxic environment where your value is constantly questioned can have lasting negative effects on your mental health, energy, and confidence. Walking away isn't a sign of weakness or defeat. On the contrary, it's a bold statement about self-worth. Walking away sends a clear message: I deserve better, and it shows that you are taking action to protect your inner peace. In the past, I used to think that walking away meant I was giving up or letting the other person win. However, I realized it's not about winning or losing. It's about choosing yourself. You don't need to endure disrespect to prove a point or because you think you should be strong enough to handle it. No reasoning or argument can change someone who is determined to belittle or mistreat you. When I began walking away from such situations, I didn't feel like I lost anything. Instead, I felt a wave of relief and freedom. Protecting your inner peace is the ultimate victory. Walking away can take many forms, from simply leaving a toxic conversation to cutting ties with someone who consistently disrespects you. It could mean ending a long-term friendship or relationship, or making the tough decision to leave a job where you are not valued. While these choices are never easy, they are often necessary for your long-term well-being. Walking away puts you back in control, deciding who is worthy of your time and energy, and it sends a clear message that your self-respect is non-negotiable. Use self-awareness to adjust your behavior. One powerful way to deal with people who disrespect you is by using self-awareness to adjust your behavior. While it might seem unrelated, how you respond to disrespect can significantly affect your emotional well-being. Stoic philosophy teaches us that instead of trying to control the actions of others, we should focus on controlling our minds and behaviors. This approach allows you to maintain composure and dignity even in the most stressful situations. For example, when someone disrespects you, ask yourself, why does this behavior bother me? Is it a threat? This self-awareness helps you discern whether your reaction is based on present reality or merely an emotional impulse. Once you understand your emotions and boundaries better, you can adjust your behavior intelligently and avoid overreacting. Have you ever practiced self-awareness in difficult situations? Give it a try and let me know how it works for you. Self-awareness also enables you to maintain emotional distance, preventing someone's disrespect from undermining your confidence and self-worth. This means you can choose your response without being controlled by your emotions, allowing you to keep your calm and dignity intact. Stoic philosophy reminds us that true strength comes from within, from our ability to control ourselves and not be swayed by external negativity. Facing people who disrespect us is a significant challenge, but through the lens of Stoic philosophy, we can approach these situations with wisdom and resilience. Instead of being swept away by negative emotions or engaging in pointless power struggles, Stoicism encourages us to turn inward, controlling our reactions rather than trying to change others. This not only helps you maintain inner peace, but also empowers you by mastering your own emotions. When you establish clear and firm boundaries, you not only protect your self-esteem, but also affirm your worth. Silence in intense situations, combined with distancing yourself from negative energy, are strategic steps to maintain your spirit without being drawn into external chaos. Walking away from a toxic environment is not a sign of weakness, but an act of courage and self-respect. Before we conclude today's exploration of Stoic lessons, I want to express my gratitude for your companionship on this journey. Your time and engagement truly mean a lot. If you found value in these lessons, feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Your feedback is incredibly important to us, and if you enjoyed this content, a simple like will let us know that you'd like to see more. I'm always here, ready to listen. Finally, in the spirit of Stoicism, remember that self-awareness and inner control will help you deal with disrespect intelligently and calmly. No one can take away your value unless you allow it. True strength lies not in defeating others, but in mastering yourself and maintaining your self-respect amid life's challenges.